Hi, it's Kevin May from Phocuswire. I'm thrilled to be joined here by Tobias Wann. You're the CEO of Leisure. You're in the process of closing an acquisition. You've been acquired by Oyo, which is, I guess, some would say one of the hot brands of the moment, certainly
True.
the last couple of years. So I guess congratulations, first of all, on that. Just Tobias, talk us a little bit about the anatomy of how that acquisition happened. When did it all start?
So I do know Ritesh since a couple of years, but we ran into each other a couple times over the last years. But actually it happened at Phocuswright in LA.
Okay.
When we again actually had an informal conversation, and at that moment it became pretty clear that their ambitions are going beyond hotels, and that they clearly want to repeat that success they have with hotels on the home side, on the vacation home side, and we kept talking, and I think it clicked, and how, that's how M&A sometimes just works, right? It's at the end of the day, it's a personal thing, and it clicks to a degree, and they felt that some of the things we have done and that we still want to do is very, very similar to what they are doing. And from there on, we executed extremely fast, and here we are in May 1st signing the deal.
Yeah. And was part of that process that you had to, because you sold some other brands?
Yeah.
Did you have to sell those before the current deal took place? What was the thinking around that?
I understand the question, but there was no plan to basically sell other brands to get acquired at a later stage. I explained a bit where I was coming from initially strategically. When I joined the Leisure Group 4 years ago, I had a conglomerate of different activities in the vacation rental space. Amongst them, Casamundo, which is a great brand in Germany, a local hero brand in Germany and also beyond, but more on the business model of an aggregator, right? And a booking.com or whatsoever. And I actually had made a decision early on in this transformation journey at Leisure that we definitely have to focus on supply, meaning homeowners. We cannot be great at running the best possible show for homeowners and being the best possible demand generation engine out there. Both things wouldn't work, right? Also with limited resources, we hadn't billions to invest in. So to kind of complete that story, we very much built a strategy around the homeowner, around the supply. We did many acquisitions, about 10 on the supply side, strong supply brands, and we made a decision once Home2Go actually approached us to say, hey, Casamundo is probably better home, would be Home2Go.
Yeah.
And then that happened last year.
Yeah, of course. What is Oyo going to bring to what you do at the moment, apart from presumably investment and shared services and things like that?
So we're 2 weeks into the deal. It hasn't even closed yet. But that's a formality. So we will, I think we have had great conversations, and that has built up obviously also over the time before the deal. They'll bring speed. They'll bring ambition. They'll bring possibilities to grow. I think their approach is very much seize an opportunity, go for basically the maximum opportunity you see. We'll make that possible. If you are with a more financial investor, so to say, they sometimes tend to actually look a little bit more at the bottom line, and that's great because it actually creates financial prudence, which is super important. But you may sometimes be limited by the resources you have available, right? And then your basically outcome is a swing of the resources available. Oyo comes in and says, we want to be the global leader in vacation rentals. The market is there. We see a huge opportunity in Europe with about 15 million homes being addressable. Let's actually really aim for a very high goal, and let's see what is needed to get there. Okay, that's the difference.
Yeah, just lastly on what they bring to you. I mean, they've been fairly aggressive in the way they've grown and stuff like that. Your culture's quite different. Your company culture.
Yes and no. I mean, clearly we've been going through a pretty pretty intense transformation period over the last 4 years ourselves. I mean, when I came on board, I found a fantastic business, but that was probably not run in the way I was used to it from my HomeAway days, for example.
Yeah.
Not as data-driven, not as tech-driven, a bit more coming from the old like tour operator times, which is a fantastic business place to be in, don't get me wrong, right? So we already changed a lot of the way we think. We're thinking with data, with technology, with scale. And that we certainly have in common with Oyo. They're very like-minded with regards to technology scale.
Yep.
That helps. What my team probably isn't used to is the ambition and the speed.
Right.
That's what we have to learn. But if you have the foundation, I think speed and ambition is something you just execute faster.
Okay. Is there presumably some kind of plan to share content on stuff like that?
I think we're not there yet. I mean, there's clearly a general consensus that the markets that Oyo is very strong in right now on the hotel side, so that's the Asian markets and the Indian markets. In the future, I mean, you would listen to some sessions here today and everybody would tell you the future is in Asia. So clearly, if you have a strong demand partner who can deliver demand from Asia, that is a relief in general. I mean, you just know that will happen. But we are not building the deal or basically the business opportunity based on the fact that they'll send lots of Asian demand. It's basically just a bonus we get. We have very own ambitions to kind of roll up the European market and then from there on other markets outside Europe. And they are right now at least very much a closed ecosystem. Europeans go to European destinations, Americans go to American destinations, and there's some type of exchange, but not too much.
Okay. Oyo is all about brand.
Yeah.
Would it be safe to assume that there would be at least a discussion, or that maybe this is part of the plan, that some of your properties would be branded Oyo properties at some point? There's some kind of strange change in the model and the way things are branded?
Listen, Kevin, I think we'll definitely have a discussion, but the great thing about Oyo and us is we have that discussion based on numbers. We look at conversion. What brands will convert better, right?
Yeah.
What brands will resonate better with homeowners or with guests, right? We have a number of strong brands, Belvilla, Dance Center, Traumferienwohnung in Germany, and they all have a very strong brand heritage. So we'll just look at it. What is the best way to kind of address the respective target groups?
Okay, and just more broadly then about investors are getting very excited, right? There's a lot of money starting to flow in, and there is some kind of suggestion that there's a bit of a land grab happening now. How long do you think that chase is going to last?
So I don't know, but I can tell you when I joined HomeAway, which was many years ago. I'm now almost 10 years in the vacation rental industry. That exact thing was actually what everybody talked about, right? I mean, the vacation rental sector, HomeAway is going in big, and Airbnb was about to kind of just grow exponentially, right? So everybody started talking about that and that there's a land grab of the vacation rental industry. Now we are 10 years later, we're still having these discussions. Yeah. And I tell you...
But there's a lot of money flowing in this time.
Yes, but money follows a good return. I mean, we have seen good returns in the vacation rental sector. I mean, HomeAway being sold to Expedia for close to 4 billion, Airbnb potentially going public in the next 12 months for 30 to 40 billion, God knows. Oyo getting lots of kind of good funding based on very, very hard business numbers, right? Yeah. They're profitable in their India market now, in their core market. So this is all based on real successes and not dreaming up some future like potential returns.
But on that, and lastly, Tobias, I mean, there were some challenges. I mean, you've been involved in when doing 9 Flats is the brands that were certainly positioning themselves a number of years ago as being the Airbnbs for Europe, and they didn't make it work. Why is that, do you think?
Because if you don't solve a customer problem, you're just, I mean, with every product you have, no matter if it's travel or if it's anything else, think it from the customer. Why is Oyo so super successful? Because they think it from the customer. They solve a problem for the hotel owner, for the small hotel owner, and they solve a problem for the budget guest, basically, who wants to have a consistent experience in the hotel side. That's why we started to focus on the supply side a couple of years back, because we said we need to solve it for, in our case, the homeowner, and when we solve it for the homeowner, we'll be successful. If you're just a copycat, good luck.
Right. Okay. And on that note, thank you very much, Tobias. Congratulations on your deal. Thank you.
Okay.